What is up? Welcome into Driving the Nightline. My name is Alan Bell. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you today. And look at the boys. Big Prince of Picks. What's up, man?
What's good, man? Shout out to the crew. Happy to be back on, of course. Got a couple of Leagues Cup plays for you guys tonight, and we're going to get some futures bets as well. So it's a little bit of a light landscape in terms of domestic leagues, but we do have some cup games, so we'll be covering those here shortly.
Nice, man. Nice. Big Mouse. What's up, man?
We're doing quite well. Quite well indeed. We are having quite a run, 20-6 on Saturday. Let's keep it rolling.
You are on a roll. I'll tell you what. I got a report about you today. Yay. You did good.
Awesome.
Anybody wasn't with us. Yeah. Most did his first sports radio hit on the radio here in Nashville yesterday at 10:25 Eastern.
Brought all the energy I could muster.
That's what I hear. I have that same slot on Wednesdays. And I asked him on the air, I said, how'd my boy Mosh do? They said, oh, he did great. So nice.
I got to go back and listen to it.
I'm proud of you, dude. You stepped your game. That's a big step, dude. Doing radio hits now, that's a big step.
Listen, this is coming from you for 3 to 4 years of following what you have been telling us, following the program step by step. And you know what? And Prince of Picks, you helped me too. When I first came on, I didn't know how to give a take, and you very clearly laid out how to do it. And I appreciate you too. But AB, you are the rock star here, giving us a platform, teaching us the ropes. Like I really feel like the last few months has been a free boot camp that people should pay $4 to $8 grand for just to get that experience. Like this is an amazing opportunity. And for all of you guys in the chat who are making picks, and I can go through some names who I follow personally. Like you guys should be here. You 100% should be here.
Yeah. And you can make those checks out to ALL. All right, let's jump into it. Yeah, you did a great job, man. I'm really proud of you, buddy. That's a big step. You should be proud of yourself. Bobby, my guy, long time no talk. Hope all is well. Let's go Vols. Yes, sir. Bobby, we're almost there, man. Next weekend. Syracuse, bro. Dude. Isn't it weird? Bobby will know this. It used to be with Tennessee's schedule. It was kind of like Tennessee would always play somebody pretty good game one. Then it would be, ETSU, UTC, something, whatever. Then another out of conference. And then it was like Florida. Forever, it was the Florida game. Always came first, right? Well, now it's at the end of the year. That's where Georgia is now. It's so weird looking at the schedule. And I mean, it's done a couple of years now, but man, it is it's strange to look at. So that's random. The five Vols fans, all of us, will get what I'm talking about. But man, it's here, dude. Syracuse next weekend. Man, it's gonna be awesome, Bobby. Good to see you, buddy. Big dog. Hey, Big California Wager, dude. I just missed your text too. I'm so sorry, my man. Hey, good to see you, buddy. All right, let's jump into the picks here. Before we do, talking about Mosh. Look. You doing your first radio hit and crushing it. That didn't even begin. Look what you did yesterday.
Damn.
Got him. Bro, the hell are you doing over there? Nice job.
I went 9-1 yesterday, and we also hit in the chat at the DTL After Dark at the Clue exclusive. People were asking me, hey, give me a play. Yankees first inning money line, and we got back to back home runs.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, whew.
Yeah.
I am so happy that yesterday on the radio show I was talking about how well the Yankees are going to be. Like they were like, "Are you worried about them making the playoffs?" And I said, "F no, I am not worried at all." And then they go out and they tied a club record for amount of home runs in a game. Just unbelievable.
Yeah, and out of a rain delay.
Yes, they did.
I don't know who hit first. Who was it? Grisham, I guess. Whoever it was, they got out, and then it was home run. Like, launch.
Judge, I think wasn't it Judge Bellinger or Stanton?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Whoever hit first got out. Was like, oh wait, I didn't join the party.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. He didn't join the party. Yeah, he just got in late, and he was like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah. Oh man. All right, let's jump into it here. Uh we got all three of us on one side. All right, Prince, lead off hitter, buddy. Start us off. What you got?
Gotcha. All right, guys. So we're gonna start off in the Leagues Cup tonight, which is obviously the competition between MLS and Liga MX. We're going to start off with the 11:45 p.m. Eastern kickoff, so it's a late one tonight out in California. LA Galaxy going to be hosting Pachuca from Liga MX. We're looking at a lot of goals in this one. Over 3 has hit or pushed in 8 of the last 9 for the Galaxy and also 7 of the last 11 for Pachuca. Pachuca coming to this one having allowed 2+ goals in 10 of their last 14 away games. Meanwhile, Galaxy on the other side here have at home have scored 2+ in 7 of their last 11 home games. So you got two teams trending here in opposite directions in terms of goals. Either way, I think we see a lot of goals in this one. So we're going to take over 3 goals at -110. Again, for those of you who are unfamiliar with Asian lines, if we get 3 goals, we push. But if we get anything more than 3 goals, we win the bet. And then next up here, we got a 11 p.m. Eastern kickoff where the Seattle Sounders are going to be hosting Puebla. Puebla, they're really the Cinderella story. Sorry, to be here. They got here just by winning over a terrible Montreal side. And they beat an inconsistent NYCFC side that was heavily favored to win in that match. So really fortunate to be in this position. But I think that the slipper falls off here for Puebla. They're in terrible form. On the road, they're winless in 28 of their last 32 away matches. Meanwhile, Seattle at home have won 9 of their last 13, and they're also undefeated in 10 of their last 11. So Seattle coming to this one in really great form. Puebla not so much. So I think Seattle lays a smackdown on this one here. I'm going to take Seattle on a -1.5 handicap at +102. And then I know you guys know me as more of the soccer guy here, but I got a couple futures bets here that I'm not really big on futures bets, but when I come across one that I really like, I'll definitely play it. So a couple that I found here, we're going to start off with in the NFL here. We got the Seattle Seahawks under 7.5 wins here, +110. I think Seattle is due for a big regression this season. They got a lot of problems with their offensive line, and really the last quarterback you want behind a shaky offensive line is Sam Darnold. All right, because he's one that sees ghosts. And he's under that pressure, he's going to be seeing a lot of ghosts. So I think he's in for some regression. He's not, surrounded by Justin Jefferson and T.J. Hawkinson and the great offensive weapons that he had in Minnesota. So without Tyler Lockett, no DK Metcalf. When you have a bad offensive line, that typically affects your running game, and you usually see some regression in that. So, and their defense just isn't as good as it used to be. Even their home record is not what it used to be either. So I think Seattle's in for a long season. Looking at their schedule, I don't see more than 4, maybe 5 wins at most for this team. You figure the division they're in is a pretty tough division. The 49ers, obviously the model of consistency. The Rams with Sean McVay, Matt Stafford, whether he's healthy or not, Sean McVay always seems to get the best out of his guys. And then the Cardinals, obviously the wild card in that division. But, you figure with John Gannon, a great offensive run game, and Maserati Marv, expect him to take a leap in his second year. So I think the Cardinals are going to have a better season than a lot of people expect. So I just think that all spells doom and gloom for Seattle. That's 6 matches right there, 6 games that are going to be tough for them. And I just think they're going to have a rough season. So really like under 7.5 wins at +110. And then going over to the NBA, we're looking at the Miami Heat. Over 36.5 wins. Now, I get it. It's pretty juiced, -170. But considering the numbers here, Miami have won 37+ wins in 17 straight seasons. So this is a team under Pat Riley. Obviously, he's not one to tank. Another coach in Eric Spoelstra, he gets the best out of his players. And they're just a team that they're going to give effort every night. They have a lot of young talent on this team. With Jaime Jaquez, Tyler Hero, Andrew Wiggins, who's a little bit more of a veteran right now, but Jovic and a couple other guys on this team. And they're playing in an Eastern Conference that really is probably as weak as it's been in a long time, right? You look at a lot of the top teams in the Eastern Conference, and they've lost a lot of their pieces. Boston lost a lot of their players from their championship run. Indiana going to be without Halliburton. Philadelphia has fallen off a cliff. Milwaukee, kind of in a hybrid rebuild. So you're looking at a lot of the teams that are typically the cream of the crop in the East, and they're just, they're a lot of them are a shell of their former selves. So, in a wide open East here that should be, relatively, weaker. I think Miami here given their consistency, given they're going to give maximum effort every night. I think over 36.5 wins, considering they've covered that 17 straight seasons. I'll pay the juice, and that might be a 2-unit play for me.
Makes sense, man. Great work, man. Great work indeed. All right, Big Bosch, 2 plays. What you got, buddy?
Yeah, slowing it down just a little bit from our very exciting day yesterday. I'm going to go with the Mets again. They're absolutely mashing. They're playing the Nationals. Cody Senga has a 2.42 ERA in the first 5 innings. It's only 2.49 on the road. Love that look. Nationals have not been themselves, even though they can break out at any time. I have no confidence in Brad Lord. He has pitched amazing. I am expecting regression. But he does have a 2.80 ERA in the first 5 innings. But again, this Mets team is first in the last 2 weeks and in the last week in runs scored in the first 5 innings. They're second in the last month. I don't think that Brad Lord is going to be able to hold them down. And last but not least, we got the Dodgers Dodgers at the Rockies. I like the Dodgers first 5 at -1.5. So they have to be winning by 2 at the end of first 5. I think that they get to Tanner Gordon. I don't think that the Tanner Gordon's going to be able to hold it down. He has a 10.97 ERA in the last month with a 10.2% barrel rate and a 45.5% hard hit rate. And 12.8% strikeout rate. These are not numbers that are going to be able to handle quite possibly the most powerful team in the entire MLB. And Shohei Ohtani on the other side, he pitched extremely well for the first 4.5 innings last time out. He is stretched out. I don't think that literally at the bottom of the 5th, that the Rockies are going to be able to touch him. So that's really kind of what we're looking for. He's going to come out and be on fire. Give me the Dodgers in the first 5. Give me the Mets in the first 5. Let's have a great day.
There we go, man. I like it. All right, look, I'm a glutton for punishment. I want the Brewers-Cubs over 6.5. Now, understand, I went to DraftKings. Okay, it's at 7. Went inside, the game lines, dropped it down. I'll eat the juice. If you want to play over 7, which includes the push, it's I think plus 104. I'll eat some juice and go 6.5. Why? I'm playing for a 3-3 game. Now, I'm not saying that I'm out here craps rolling 6 the hard way. I don't need exactly 3-3, but that's the thought process. Again, I'm going to take the over because, you could go both teams to score 3+ runs, much more dangerous. Better payout, much more dangerous. I just want the over 6.5. There you go. FanDuel, -122. Justin, boom. Well done. Shop your books. It's worth dropping it down. Now, if it lands on 7 and you play 7, it's a push, right? I get it. I want it to be a win. Like I want to drop it down to 6.5. I don't want to play that. Now, another shout out. So our man Slick Rick said Suarez got that home run AB cash hit. Your old buddy Jake Fettner came through big time. Big time. Hey, if Fett Show says it, play it. Fett Show will always get love here and Drive the Line. Fett Show, Bowman, Robbie Weinstein, dude, our little foursome we had going, love them boys. Fett Show's smart. That guy's smart as hell. And I'll say this too about Jake Fettner and his plays. I'll guarantee you, because I've seen it for a long time, that guy will not ever give you BS, right? If he says it, he's playing it. If he doesn't, like, he'll back off and say, I ain't doing it. Like, he's an honest guy. I've got a ton of respect for Jake Fettner. That's a good dude, man. That's a real good dude. So happy to see that. Absolutely happy to see that. That's a good call. Now, speaking of home runs, all right, now, Schwarber's obviously started here, but Moshe, just what do you see on the board here? Feel free to take it wherever you want to go. On the board, off the board. Here's some examples. What do you think?
I mean, I think Ketel Marte is a great look on the board, but my pick is off the board. Give me Nick Kurtz, 1+ home run at plus 280. Not the greatest juice here, but he has a great matchup against Bailey Ober. Bailey Ober is giving up 2 home runs per 9 innings. And granted, I like Bailey Ober a lot. I did not play anything in that game on the overs or the sides because I think Bailey Ober can pitch really well. But I think he also gives up a home run here. Nick Kurtz is a monster, and he is due. He's batting .333 with 2 home runs in the last week. Yeah.
I know. I thought about putting him. I know. It was him or Rooker.
And I wouldn't shade Rooker or Langoliers either. Those are great options. This Athletics team is dangerous. I love the fact that these little-known teams who aren't really historically great doing really well lately, right? White Sox giving the Braves a run for their money. You got the Rockies giving people trouble. You got a lot of great fight. Marlins, like who saw that coming? Athletics are not a bad team now.
No, they've played so much better than I thought that they would. Like, that's a strong clubhouse. It's a strong clubhouse. All right, Prince, take Schwarber off this list here. Who do you like?
All right, I was gonna go Schwarber. Okay.
Yeah.
You already know.
Yeah. Which would have been smart. Yeah.
Let's go with Pete Alonso plus 375. YOLO. Let's do it.
Yep, that's where I'm going too. I feel you. Pete Alonso is the way to go. And we played Nick Kurtz yesterday, and I wanted to play him again today. And Moshe was just talking about that of, playing guys like a second day in a row, of not missing out. Like I'm a day earlier, I'm a day late. And I feel that on Alonso. Felt good about him last night. Feel good about him tonight. You know what I mean? Absolutely. I think it's a great choice. Absolutely a great choice. Yeah. What else we got? Justin said Cubs, Brewers. No, plus 300 with a 6.5 total. What do you think there, Moshe?
What's NoHo? Sorry,
I'm just saying, what do you think about the Cubs and the Brewers, like today as a whole?
I lean Brewers for sure. Jacob Mizorowski should bounce back. I really like what he has. I mean, I think from what I was reading, he has the #1 fastball in the entire major leagues. But I'm not going to get him in front of the Cubs right now. That sounds dumb. I'm just writing it out. I kind of like the over, but I can see this game going in so many directions. I lean Brewers, but it's a no play for me.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, look at the total, right? All right, here's one for you. Big Bruce said, Stern, can I get over 1.5 total bases pick?
Yeah, we can do that. I would take Kurtz. I think he's a phenomenal choice right now. Even if he doesn't get a home run, he's getting on base. And the Athletics team can hit. My 3 favorite games for hitting props, and this just goes across the board right now. Take your pick. I like take the Dodgers, Rockies, Guardians, Diamondbacks, or the Marlins, Cardinals. Those 3 games: Dodgers, Rockies, Guardians, Diamondbacks, and Marlins, Cardinals. Those are probably going to be the highest total games on the slate, the most hitting, the worst pitching.
I like that Cardinals game.
Oh, yeah. I have a few picks. We can get into them later.
Yeah. Well, let them rip. I mean, you don't have to give a ton, but I'm with you if you're looking at player props.
Yeah.
That's a spot where you can find them.
Yeah, so additional picks here. I actually took the over in the Guardians Diamondbacks game. I yelled at you in the morning show asking you you didn't take this. I hit it yesterday, and we got that perfect 4-4 in the 7th, and I was like, oh, got to cash that over 9 now, or over 8.5 now.
That tie is so nice, dude. It's so nice.
You don't have to worry about it. You know someone has to score. It's fantastic.
It's great. I know. It's great. Keep going, yeah.
But you got an MLB debut in Parker Messigan and Brandon Pfaadt. Neither person scares me at all. I know that the Guardians have a great bullpen program, a great program for their pitchers, and they bring up prospects and they do well. But the first time out is not the time that you want to back someone, and the Diamondbacks are dangerous. I think that people keep underestimating them. I took that over 8.5 at -130 for a full unit. And then in the next game, the Cardinals Marlins, I took the over 9 at a half a unit. And the reason being, over 9. And the reason why I took it at a half a unit is I see signs of positive regression from Andre Palante and Sandy Alcantara. But the surface numbers are so bad that you just have to take the over. There are positive trends with both pitchers, and both pitchers could come out firing. Sandy Alcantara in the last month, he has like a 3-something ERA, which isn't bad, right? And on the other side, Andre Palante's xFIP numbers, right, aren't terrible, but they're still bad. And both of these teams are mashing. I mean, the total in the last 2 games went over. The total in the last 4 games for each team went over. Give me the over. Half a unit, because, again, I see the trends where the pitchers are pitching better, but I don't really understand why you're getting this price on games that are going over basically consistently.
You know why? They're worried. I'll tell you why. Because they're doing the same thing that we are in regards to like say the White Sox and the Braves, like collectively, like Albie had said something nice, like, hey, AB, you've been on this. Like we've all been like together, right? Like we've all collectively, whether it's been totals, player, like we've all been hitting on it well, right? But even the books are like having the same conversations we are, like, okay, the Cardinals are going to drop off, right? Like the bats are going to die, right? Like it's going to happen. And that's kind of them like trying to hedge it a little bit too. And that's what I love, because so many things are algorithm driven of, lines and stuff, but like, algorithm can't figure that out.
Yeah. You don't want to hear an interesting play that I played. I meant to bring it on the radio show yesterday, and I just got lost in the jumble of my mind, but this is in honor of Prince of Picks, who brought up some futures. So I'm going to bring a future of my own. Again, we talked about the Guardians, right? Guardians, Royals, and the Rangers all being contenders for the AL wildcard.
Yeah.
I did not discuss who my favorite is in the NL wildcard race. And it is the Cardinals at plus 2,200 to make the playoffs.
Plus 2,200.
Wow.
I mean, they're not out. This team can hit. I understand that they were in a slump for the last 2 months, but this team has consistently shown that they can hit, and their pitching is coming back. Colder weather, these pitchers are going to start coming together. I don't think that it's a very high probability, but at plus 2,200, I'll throw some money on that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. 2,200? Yeah. I like that that future that you had, Prince. Like Seattle.
Yeah.
That one is that's an efficient line right there. The 7.5.
I mean, look at the roster. What do they have? Like, I don't know.
No. Here's the thing, right? Yeah. Like, I always look at it as the deciding factor, right? Like, you try to find, okay, what's going to weigh me over, when you're going back and forth.
Yeah.
And because I thought all your points were spot on. And on top of it, that's a hard ass division,
right?
Like,
most importantly,
that's why, like, a team like the Titans, I'm telling you, the Titans aren't going to be a good team.
Mm-mm.
However, I don't think the Colts are going to be. I don't think the Jaguars are going to be. The Texans are clearly the best team, and even they can slip up. You know what I mean? But if you put the Titans in the NFC West,
done.
They might not win 2 games.
Yeah, right.
It's like, I feel you on, like, when you're speaking of overs and unders, and also not like killing the team. You know what I mean? Like, I thought you handled it spot on, because it's you were very fair. Like, no, you were spot on.
I try to be. I don't think they're going to be the worst team in the league.
Exactly.
But it's just that division, man. To me, it's one of the top 2-3 divisions. I mean, I know there's only 6 or 8 divisions, but it's top 2-3 divisions in the NFL. You know, and I think to your point, like if you were like, let's say you swap Seattle and Tennessee, right? But you put Seattle in AFC South, you put Tennessee over on the NFC West. I mean, I don't think either team really does much better, right? Like I don't think so. What I'm saying is, I think it's kind of a similar comp. Tennessee might be a little bit worse. I'm sorry to say that, but you know, I don't think there's too much of a gap between Seattle and Tennessee. I don't think Seattle's going to be very good, but most specifically, like you said, it's because of that division. That division is just going to be a gauntlet. You know, I think
it's a rock fight.
you know what I mean. It's a 3-team race. Rams, Cardinals, they all got their issues, but they all got their strengths as well. Those three, you know. But I just think Seattle is, you know, considerably below those three.
Yeah. I feel you. And Jared said, I think Cam Ward will be nice to the NFL if they can build around him in the coming years. Maybe. Oh, I do too. Trust me, I'm not saying anything negative about Cam. Like, I love everything that this kid has done since he's came in, right? I'll give you talk about Seattle. I'll give you a Pacific Northwest connection. There was a guy that came out of Washington, dude named Jake Locker.
Yep.
Yeah. Titans drafted him in the first round. Jake Locker, let me just say, is awesome. Quiet dude, outdoorsy guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he keeps to himself. He don't say a whole lot, don't have a whole lot to say. That guy came in and worked his ass off, and the team was horrible. Like, I felt so bad because you could see it. It was like,
yeah.
I
remember him. He was
miracle.
Yeah, no, he was a big prospect. I remember him. He had, if I'm not mistaken, he had a big arm. I think was his strength, right? He had a cannon, right? There were a lot of high hopes. Yeah, there were a lot of high hopes for him, but yeah, you know,
the team was terrible. He had no.
Yeah, there's not much you can do, right? You can only do so much, especially in football, right? It's such a team-oriented sport, where it's really hard for one guy on a team to really carry a team to any kind of success. It's a little bit different from other sports, right? NBA is 5-on-5, so if you have a superstar, you might be competitive at least in some games. But NFL though, it's just like you got to have a team, man. If you don't have a team, like you're done.
Oh yeah.
Plain and simple.
Mouse, you're a Giants guy.
Yeah.
Hey, Jackson Dart looking good so far.
Sure.
Oh, sure.
Listen. The hype that I've seen on the Giants based on preseason is ridiculous. I feel like telling everyone, shut up. You sit down, wait for the season for week 1 to start, and see how we're doing. I am absolutely nonplussed right now, and I'm not getting my hopes up.
Hey, man, it's Jameis Winston season though, man. Come on, he's gonna take over eventually.
Listen,
we gotta get him back out there.
Throw 60 yards for the first time in a long time. You have someone who can accurately, somewhat throw a 60-yard ball, and that's gonna be fun, right? You don't have to bruise it down the field the entire way. But I'm not absolutely.
Hey, I'll tell you this. You know what's gonna kind of be a feather in the cap of Giants fans, whether the season goes great or not. I think it's going to be tough for Jets fans. I don't think, dude, if Justin Fields is hurt.
If you're talking about your feel good is someone else doing bad, you're not in a good spot.
No, but you could be in a worse spot.
That's a good point.
Hey, that floor can always go down.
True.
Hey, I gotta tell y'all, man. As a Chicago native here, right? I saw Justin Fields up close and personal for 3 years, and look, man, the Jets are getting it's a little bit of fool's gold there. He is what he is. What do they say? A zebra doesn't change its stripes, right? And he's his passing accuracy is always going to be an issue. He struggles to throw the deep ball. He's a great runner, right? So when the play breaks down, he's always going to give you a chance to move the chains. But in terms of his consistency as a quarterback, yeah, man, Jets are in trouble. Jets are in trouble with him. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. That might be another team I might be looking to bet unders on. I'm sure a lot of people are probably on that as well, but I haven't looked at their total. But I think Jets are in for a long season. With obviously Washington being the cream of the crop in that division, right? And then, I'm sorry, I'm talking about the NFC East, the AFC East, Miami, Buffalo, right? Obviously the cream of the crop, in that division. Who knows what Miami's going to be, but and New England, you never know, right? I think
New England.
I don't know what to think about New England. I don't know what to think about New England.
It's going to be good this year.
Yeah, you think? Yeah.
Be tough.
Maybe so.
Look, I'll tell you this. I can tell you exactly what New England will be this year. Better. But
yeah,
not going to be great by any means. but they'll be better. I guarantee it. They'll be well coached. The organization will be like people will be in charge.
Yeah.
Just that aspect alone. Watch out for them in a few years. Watch out for the Jets. I see Joe said Emery Hunt loves the Jets. I love the coach that the Jets brought in.
Yeah.
I don't love them this year, but I do think that he's going to do a hell of a job. Right? Like I agree with Emery in more than I agree the same thing that I'm saying with the Patriots. The Patriots are not going to be, we're not going to be talking about them, running things this year, right? But you're going to see a difference where you go, oh, this is, like adults are in charge. And I love Gerard Mayo, played at Tennessee, love him to death. Him and Vrabel are boys. They're both New England guys, right? But I just believe in Mike Vrabel. Like, because I've seen it, and he's what he does, it travels. Like he's on your ass. I don't care who you are. He's on your ass because in his head, he's letting you know. I mean, if you want to fight, we can do that too. To play anybody. He's like, if you want a piece, you come get some. Like that's what it's gonna be.
Right.
But Vrabel's cool. Everybody like he's one of those dudes that's strict, but you also don't need him to be because you respect him and you're like, I want it. Like there's no slacking off around here. I don't know. They'll be better. Same deal with the Jets, but it's gonna take a minute. Like in the NFL, you can't get better that fast. Like it takes a little roster.
It's hard. It
just takes time. It takes a plan of time. Look, I'll say this. I've said this about the NFL forever, and I completely agree with it. Right? Getting in shape is much more difficult than staying in shape. You know what I'm saying? Right?
True.
Like yeah. That's how these teams in the end, like just hover around that 500, right? Like what the Steelers are doing. I'm not saying that it's working. What I'm saying is it's all about not having the big fall off, becoming a Titans where you're 2-15, right? Like, okay, we're 8-8, not where we want to be, but our heads are above water. Like one or two moves could really, we could strike. The Green Bay Packers, I think, are a perfect example of that. The Detroit Lions now, right? Like these teams that are they draft well, they're going to be good. But the Eagles, I mean,
Yeah, no, to your point with the Packers and the Lions, I mean, I'm worried about my division here in the NFC North. I mean, shit, you want to talk about a gauntlet? I mean, even Minnesota,
that Minnesota defense didn't go anywhere.
You know what I mean? They got a team like, man, and I know we've done a lot here in Chicago in terms of our roster. Obviously, Ben Johnson being here, and offensively, we're expecting big things, but we're just in a really tough division, man. So
it's brutal division. It's
brutal.
And let me say this about Minnesota. Look, we all love what Sam Darnold did last year, and I like Sam Darnold, but J.J. McCarthy was the starter before. Like this isn't like a thing where the Vikings are like, oh man, we're stuck with McCarthy. Like that's who they wanted to begin with. Like they were like, no, this dude's clearly the guy. Like they wasted no time in doing that, right? They just fell into Darnold. Now, and again, I'm not taking anything. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. Nothing in life is one person, right? Sam Darnold played his ass off, defense, like all that. Apparently, J.J. McCarthy's pretty damn good. I mean, I liked him at Michigan. I'm not saying anything negative, right? So yeah, like going to your point, like people seem to be sleeping on Minnesota. Like I would hold off on that for a minute. Like,
don't do it. Don't do it. No.
When they've got depth at the defensive line so much that they can run 4 D tackles, they can run 4 D ends, they can mix and match 1 and 3, 3 and 1. Jesus Christ. Like when your defensive line has what's called a NASCAR package because you could go fast anytime you want, that's a thing.
100%. 100%.
AB, you know how you said yesterday that pitching is like the house?
Yeah.
Defense is the house in football.
Yeah.
And if you have good defense like Minnesota, right, and you have good coordinators, you got, that's all. I mean, that's how the Giants stayed competitive for years without a competent offense.
That's what Mike Vrabel's going to do. That's what Mike Vrabel did in Tennessee.
Yeah.
It was. Let me also say this. I can also tell you this, Patriots. I wouldn't start looking ahead to throwing the ball 50 times a game or anything like that. You're going to run the football a lot and play defense. Like Vrabel does. He's old school in that, right? Yeah. So back to what you're saying. Like, yeah, I agree. Like, yeah, defense.
Yeah. And a little quick fantasy football kind of tidbit here. Maybe I shouldn't give this out since we're all like competing against each other in one of these ETL leagues. But someone I've heard a lot about, I think it might be a sleeper pick for the Bears, Rome Odunze, wide receiver, right? Him and Caleb Williams have been absolutely awesome in the preseason together. And now, of course, it's limited, and of course, you can say what you want about preseason, but he's in for a big season. And everything that I'm hearing is he's actually going to probably end up being the number one wideout when all everything's said and done here for the Bears. DJ Moore is kind of getting lost in the mix here with, obviously with Luther Burden here as well. The Bears are really high on him, high on Rome. It's crazy to think about DJ Moore being like a third option, but right now that's kind of what it looks like from everything that I'm hearing about the Bears. So I really think Rome Odunze might be one of a sleeper pick to keep your eye on if he's I don't know if you want to draft him. Maybe I think his ADP is something like around 7 or 8 round. It was last time I heard. But maybe he'll go on draft. You never know. But in any case, someone definitely put in your queuing and your watch list.
I love it. That's a great drop and to prove it. I mean, look, nothing against DJ Moore, but this is a brand new offense, Haas.
Right.
Like, your guy fits that. Go look at the Lions offense. The wide receivers that were excelling.
Yeah.
He fits that mold.
Well, and just look at the Bears offense. I mean, they got a lot of talent on the Bears offensive side now. You got two tight ends out with Cole Kmet and Colson Loveland. And then of course, the 3 wideouts that we just talked about. Plus you got, you still got your running back depth. We're 2 deep, maybe even 3 deep at running back. So as long as the offensive line improves, which that was kind of a weak spot. It's been a weak spot for the Bears over the last 3 or 4 years. But if we can just fix that, which I think maybe some of the offensive schemes that Ben Johnson comes up with might kind of cover some holes here for the offensive lines and some of their deficiencies. But to watch out for the Bears. But like I said, that division's tough. But don't be afraid to draft Bears offensive players. I don't think this is the same Bears team from the last 100 years. I think finally, we might have like an above competent offense for once. I'm hopeful.
What about the defense?
So defensively, we still got a lot of the same pieces. I know we took a little dip towards the end of the year last year. So, here's the thing. Like, I feel like in this division, outside of Minnesota, I think Detroit. I'm not worried about Detroit's defense, right? Personally, I don't. I think it's going to be a lot of the same, or a lot of high scoring games with Detroit. Green Bay, I might be biased, so I probably shouldn't give an opinion on Green Bay because I'm always going to be a Packers hater no matter what. So, fuck the Packers. But shit. With that offense, I'm not worried about our defense. How about that? Is that an answer for you? There. Fuck the defense. Let's go. 40-35 every game. Bear down.
That was great.
Bear down. That was a great promo. I like that a lot. You could feel it when it shifted. It went from reporter to I'm going from the let's go. Like you went into Dusty Rhodes there. I respect it. I like it.
I was trying to come up with a logical answer. You know what? I can't give you an answer. So fuck it. I don't care. We're gonna outscore everyone. Who cares? Who cares about the defense? I think we'll be okay defense. We'll be confident. We're always confident defensively. We're never, we're always a top half defensive team. So as long as we can tread the waters defensively, I think our offense will for once in Bears history, I think we're going to be able to rely on our offense to win games and not so much our defense. I'm hoping, but let's see. I've said we're going to win the Super Bowl for the last 5 years, and we've made the playoffs once. So maybe I should slow down on the.
I'll tell you something funny. Train. I'll tell you something funny, and you'll have to be wrestling people to kind of get this. So you remember Matt LaFleur, right? Obviously, the Packers head coach. Well, you remember he was the OC in Tennessee under Vrabel, and those two are like Vince McMahon and Eric Bischoff. Like, they get along, and then they don't, and then they do, and then you look and you're like if you ever watch a Titans-Packers game, watch the handshake between those two. It's like Vrabel and Belichick, to where you're like, oh, that was spicy, Yeah. But I can't tell because they also, both of them would be the guys that would absolutely play an angle, like out of fun. They would 100,000, both of them would absolutely hey man, after the game, we handshake, whatever happens, act like you're pissed off, bump into me. They would totally do that, just messing with each other because
apparently Belichick did that for 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he gets out of the Patriots and all of a sudden he's a cool dude and everyone's what happened?
Oh, Belichick's awesome. Oh, bro. Yeah.
They were talking about sneaking into concerts and chilling backstage, and you're like, what happened to the guy who I thought never left his house ever?
Look up Belichick and Vanderbilt. He would show up to Vanderbilt college baseball games, and in Vandy gear, he'd just be there chilling. But no, they would be running kayfabe, 100%. They would totally be running that, just running the whole shtick, Oh my god, man. Randy Moss does have some great stories about Belichick. Yeah. The Halloween, he's putting the Halloween party together. Belichick was like, well, nah, man. He was like, yeah, I don't want to get in you guys' way, And Randy's like, no, you need to be there. Come on, coach. You're part of this. I like Randy Moss, dude. I'm a big Randy Moss guy.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, he seems cool as hell.
Yeah,
he's country too. His accent's so country, dude. I love Randy. Hey, man, he played in Tennessee for 5 games, and we never threw him the ball. I don't know.
Right, I remember that he disappeared.
Yeah. It was Jeff Fisher. I don't know what Fish was doing. I don't know what Fish was doing. I know.
Who knew? He ruined everyone. Let me not. Fisher ruined everyone, man. Fucking
come on, Fish.
Oh my God, one of the worst coaches of all time. Sorry. Jesus.
It's funny. Fish is one of those we joke, me and my dad joke about dudes like this, to where you're on the list of top 20 most wins all time head coaches. You're closer to 20 than 1, but you're on that list. But then you're also on the top 10 list of most losses, just because you've been in the league for so long.
Right. Yeah. That means you have good connections within the league, right? So you keep getting rehired even though you don't deserve it, right? Who was the Bengals coach forever, right? I cannot remember his name. Me. Thank you, Jesus Christ, man. Talk about the definition of mediocrity. This dude had 9 lives. Yeah. Every year you thought he was getting fired, and he got a contract extension.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. All right, the NFL, professional football, that world is not much different than the world of professional wrestling, fighting, boxing. It's not different because it is a tight fraternity of people when you think about it, and those people look out for each other because you know what? One day it might be you needing a job. You know what I mean? That it's a recycled league of, coaches, assistant coaches. If you play the game, and you're good to people and, you don't, walk out on contracts, you treat people well, you might have to go around the league, bouncing around, but somebody will always find a spot for you. You know what I mean?
Seems like it.
oh God! I mean, it's totally.
How many retreads do you see floating around the NFL for 20 years, right? Damn, I thought this guy retired already. He's out of the league somewhere. He ends up as a fucking, water coordinator on these.
I'm telling you, man.
They find a spot for him no matter what, right? It's crazy how that works out.
All right. Speaking of not being nice to people, can I draw you into a trap, Prince of Picks?
Oh, go ahead. Let's see it. Set it up.
All right, so I'm going to set this up by saying I've lost 2 showdowns now in a row. One to Justin on the Rockies. Somehow the Rockies didn't lose by more than 2.5, and they actually won that game a few days ago. And the other one was AB yesterday with the Brewers versus Cubs in the second game, which very well done, by the way. We did not acknowledge that. We acknowledged that in the Discord. But yeah, well effing done. I'm going to draw you into a trap here, Prince of Picks. Chicago not to make the playoffs. Are you? I want to
Bears or the Cubs?
The Bears. Sorry. Yeah. You just went on this whole thing. You're confident on the Bears.
Yeah.
How confident are you?
Bears not? No.
I'm on the not to make the playoffs.
I'll challenge you on that. Let's go. We're not just making the playoffs, bro. We're going to the damn conference championship. Get out of here. NFC top.
Please continue. I just had to get that in.
Hell yeah, man. Bears NFC title game, bro. We're there. Like, come on. Look, I said it's gonna be a tough division. I say we're not gonna do good. We're still gonna. It's a tough division because we're in it. We're one of the teams, right? So, in conference, let's see. In division, we'll see what we do. But outside of the division, I think we'll be favored in a lot of games. And if we're not, shame on the books because we're gonna do it, man. This is a good offensive team, bro. I think a lot of teams are really underestimating the Bears because of the last 100 years. But guess what? This is the 101st year. I'm just throwing out the 100 years as an example. But I can't think off the top of my head how long we've been around. But whatever. That's it's irrelevant. It's immaterial. The point is we're going to be better than we've been before. Our offense is going to be better than we've been before. And in a league that obviously the rules are favoring the offenses now, right? Everything that's gearing towards higher scoring games. That's what all of sports is going towards, really, right? So I just think the Bears are in for a surprising season. Not only do I think we're making the playoffs, I'm gonna up you one, and I'm gonna say we're making the NFC title game. And let me just, while I'm on my Bears hype train right here, let me just add one more thing, okay, that I've been hearing that's been on my chest for a while, and I've been looking for a large platform to get this off my chest. So what better way than to say it here? I've heard a lot of hate about Caleb Williams. All right, I've heard a lot of people saying Caleb's not a leader. He's a bust. He ain't good. They drafted the wrong quarterback. Should have drafted Jaden Daniels. Blah 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 blah. Let me tell y'all something. Look at the Bears' fucking team last year. Who did they have? First of all, we had a shit team. We had a shit coach that should have been fired 2 years ago, and somehow because of fucking politics, he got rehired because we didn't want to admit that we made a mistake. So he got hired. He got fired mid-season by some dude who never coached before being the head coach for the remainder of the season. We had inconsistency all over the place within the team, within the fucking season. How is he supposed to lead? He's a rookie. Like, he didn't even have a fucking good offensive coach to help him out. Like, he was not supported whatsoever. So to sit here and say, his career is over, he's a bust, to make all these like definitive assumptions about him after 1 year where he was surrounded by nothing but inconsistencies, I don't vibe with that, and I think that's bullshit. And I think you guys are gonna see coming up this season, he's gonna do a turnaround here. And you know what? If I'm wrong, clip it. And we'll play it back. And you know what? I'll eat my words, and I'll wear a Green Bay Packers jersey the next time we're on.
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it.
I am going to hold you on that, wearing a Green Bay Packers jersey if they don't make the playoffs.
Fair enough. Let's do it. I'm on. I'm in. I'm not worried.
Phenomenal, by
I'm not worried about it.
Sorry,
I'm worried about it.
We have a special guest that's going to call this one. For both of you. All right, what's on the line? Who's got make the playoffs? All right, Prince got make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Aaron, you've got not make the playoffs.
Yep.
Do we have a wager?
What do you want to wager?
Half a unit?
Sure, man.
A half unit?
I'll do a full unit, but I feel like I literally started this whole thing off by saying that I'm trapping you. I looked at the prices. I looked at the analytics of it, and I saw that there is a greater.
All right. Hey, let me say this. We got to work on you setting these traps. We got to set this number higher. You said it beautifully. And that's when you come in and pool hustle, and you say, 5 units, right?
I'm not putting 5.
You did the hard part. No, dude, you did the hard part. You got the hard part down. Like. You've got that in spades. We can use that. Hey, we can get you on the phone with some advertising. No, that was good.
Nah, he said he tried the trap. It's all right. I'm going in. I'm not scared of the trap. It's okay. I'll dive right into that trap. Shit.
All right,
I'll pull myself right out. I'm not worried about it.
One unit, and you got to wear the Packers jersey if they don't make it.
Okay, that's fine. But what? Okay, hold on. What's the risk for you though? I gotta wear a Packers. What if they do make it? What do you gotta do?
I'll wear a Bears jersey.
Ah, there you go. Very good. All right.
I am, by the way. I lived in Milwaukee for 5 years.
Okay.
I'm not really a Packer fan, but I'm definitely not a Bears fan.
That's all right. You're a native of Wisconsin. That counts. Fine. We're good. All right. Good bet.
You're just lost
Also,
out there.
My little brother,
Butterland.
who is a diehard Packers fan, won't talk to me probably for about a year. He was born and grew up there. Like, he is an absolute diehard fan.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I mean, diehard losers this year. That's all I got to say. Sorry. Shout out to the Packers fans. We love you. We love you, Packers fans. Just don't. I speak up behalf of myself, not not anyone else.
Oh, shut up, Joe. No. Just delete that last comment, man.
What do we think for Acuna for a home run? Macho Alpha. Big Ronnie.
Bush needs to wear a Cowboys jersey.
No. You already
like
agreed.
it.
There you go. I kind of like that better.
I don't want to wear Cowboys.
But that's what you. I like that better because here's the thing. I'm wearing a Packers jersey. Well, I'm not gonna have to do it, but whatever. That's the bet, right? So because I hate the Packers, so the same has to apply to you. So what team do you loathe the most, right? Who do you hate?
Joe is spot on.
Okay, then Cowboys it is. We're changing it. Cowboys, not Bears. Cowboys. You gotta wear a Cowboys jersey. All right. So go ahead and look for your size, and we'll talk in January.
By the way,
We'll revisit this in January.
Hey, Prince, read through your picks. What do you got?
Yeah, of course. We're going with the Leafs Cup tonight. We got LA Galaxy Pachuca over 3. We also got the Seattle Sounders on Asian handicap -1.5. Then of course our 2 futures bets. We got the Seattle Seahawks under 7.5 wins, and then the Miami Heat over 36.5 wins.
There we go. Big Most, what do you got?
Yeah, we got the Mets first 5 money line. Also on the run line, if you can't find it, win only. It's on the run line -0.5. Same bet. It's also the same bet as a 3-way inning money line. Anyway, Mets first 5 money line win only -115, and I linked the Dodgers first 5 on the run line -1.5.
On that late night tip. All right, there we go. All right, I'm going to take the Brewers and the Cubs. I'm going to drop that total from 7 down to 6.5. Drop that beast down. What's up?
We got one more for you guys. One more. Someone asked me for 3 full picks in the late slate. We got it for you. This is.
Hey, hold on. You did it again. We got one left. Somebody asked me for 3 picks. You can sell, dude. I'll give it to you.
You know I ran a call center.
I can tell. I can tell. No. You don't even listen to the objection. And I'm saying this.
Why would you?
I'm saying it.
I got a point to make, man.
No, I'm saying all of it. Look, let me tell you this right now. Anybody in the crew that is in sales, that is a macho job. That's a macho job, dude. I don't care what you're selling. It's a macho job. Continue. I had to give you props on that because you snuck it in again. Now,
remind me to tell you the story where I ran a call center and it was a complete scam. And whatever. It's a whole story. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna go on the Yankees.
You just worked that in. Look at you. You just keep going.
I can keep going. Let's keep going. You wanna we can add 3 more
Give
picks
me the
right
picks.
now.
What do you got?
All right, we got the Yankees money line +100. Shout out, Justin. You pointed this out in the morning chat. I could not believe the price. It wasn't available yesterday when I was looking at it. Yankees money line +100. I know that we're facing Drew Rasmussen, who's been really fantastic in the last month. He has a 1.71 ERA, but I don't care. This Yankees team is going to absolutely mash him. Cam Schlittler, not exactly like the brand name that you kind of want to back, but today's his day against a struggling Rays club. Give me the Yankees at a very mispriced number.
Nice job. You're getting some love here in the chat.
I love this community. I really do. Like, you guys definitely.
It's the best for sure.
Yes.
Now, yeah. You did it again. Mosh can sell Ice Tedesco 100%.
We need to have a segment that's just like the last word, and then Mosh just go. We just end the show.
Yeah.
Because you already do it. So might as well put a slide in there.
That's the running gag is that it's one of us talking and then he just interjects. But no, and look,
We love it. We love it.
Oh yeah. Like just messing with you for sure. And you didn't interject like we were going to. I find that in fact you're so good that would be elementary to you. You don't have to do that. Your elevator pitch is so good that by the time I realize what you just said, you've plugged 3 things. It's phenomenal. It is dude. You are Mean Gene Unkerland, dude. That's how a pro does it. You're a good stick man.
Let's go work on these sponsorship deals. Let's go.
Let me tell you this. All right. The key with radio, okay, is learning to speak in sound bites. Okay. Is always, because it's a back and forth of time, right? Because you're on a fixed set amount until the next hard out, right? So you have all of the skills, right? All of them. And when you get that sales pitch down into a sound bite, which you're very close to doing, you're gonna soar. We're all gonna be working for you one day.
You know what? I was just gonna say amen to that. If you guys are all able to work, for me that means that I'm doing extremely well, and that's going to be good for all of us. But more likely than not, I'm still going to be working for you, which is more than A-okay in my book. Like I'm having a fantastic time working with you.
You sound like a humble CEO. Prince, where can we find you, buddy?
Yeah, you guys can you can follow me on X on TikTok and X at Prince of Pix 10.
Nice. Moshe, where can we find you?
Search me on Google. One word, Stern Bets. You'll find me every day. Articles for you.
Real quick, I'm gonna have the last word this time. Let me let me respond to the chat real quick. Scott Weiss says, or Scotty, I guess, burrito or tacos. I go burrito.
Ooh, really?
I go burrito.
I go taco, but I mean burritos. Like, yeah, my answer is yes. Like,
yeah, there you go. Yes.
Yeah, but burrito. You go burrito. I
go burrito. I'm a burrito guy. Yes, sir.
I feel like the answer would be 3-1 taco. Like if you just polled 1,000 people.
Could be.
I'm on burrito.
No, burritos are fire. Like, yeah, Most you were agreeing.
I'm on burrito too. I just don't like the mess. I like everything fitting in my mouth at once. I don't want to have to look for you. Just yalla, let's get it. Like, why am I looking for pieces of my taco on the bottom of my plate and having cheese and guacamole and all this stuff on my hands? Just give me a freaking burrito where it just fits.
Amen, brother.
Clip that. All right, so just messing. No, I find that fascinating. Like, because burritos are like, I'm not against the pick. It surprised me. I thought the taco would be an overwhelming, just because it's, it's like saying, burger or sandwich. It's so easy to say burger. You know what I mean? Like, all right, we'll get out of here. All right, everybody, best of luck. All right, let's cash these tickets today, tonight, tomorrow. They've even got a bet now going all the way to February. I love it. All right, everybody, best of luck. Cash these tickets. We will see you tomorrow. Thanks.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody!